On this episode of the Turnbuckle, R-Truth was injured during NXT last night. CJ Perry has a strong feeling that WWE could potentially bring back another Evolution pay-per-view, and Adam Page gets an injury update. Folks, it's time to hit a Rough Rider into some wrestling news because it's time for the Turnbuckle. During a match against Grayson Waller, R-Truth went for a dive on the outside. He landed badly upon impact, clutching his left knee. After the commercial break, Truth was walked to the back by medical staff as the referee ended the match, awarding the victory to Waller. After the match, Waller cut a promo saying he was tired of being overlooked, noting he had just beaten a 20-year veteran all by himself. He said that NXT was Grayson Waller's house and no one would be able to change that. Truth has resurfaced on TV in recent weeks, appearing on last week's NXT, interrupting a promo between Wesley and Waller. Truth and Waller exchanged words with a match being set up for Tuesday's show. Truth also appeared on Monday's Raw, interrupting a promo with Baron Corbin and JBL. The segment ended with Corbin laying out Truth. I'm really upset about this. I genuinely am, because not Corbin, jeez Louise. Truth has been slowly being dripped back into TV, and not even in a comedic way. But in a comedic way, because that's just who R-Truth is, right? And yes, he's been laid out. But at the same time, it isn't I don't know how to explain it. He's slowly making his way back on TV to eventually, to get a match. And that's what was happening. And then, unfortunately, he was injured. And you hate to see it, man. You really, really do. And I feel as though that if he didn't get injured last night, it would have just been another notch in his belt on the way to I don't even know, to be honest with you, to getting some type of shine or a very prominent match. He could have probably been on Crown Jewel or something. You know what I mean? He could have been on the pre-show. And I really genuinely am really bummed out by that, man. I really am. I love R-Truth. I think he's great in the ring. I think he's got a wonderful in-ring presence. I think he's just an all-around just amazing person. He's super nice. He is one of the funniest people I've ever known, man. Man, he's funny. Oh my goodness. And I mean, this is just random happenstance, okay? Unfortunately, it's just the way gravity works in certain instances, and it's just, it could have happened to anyone. It could have happened to anyone, and it just unfortunately happened to Grayson Waller. Nope, it unfortunately happened with Grayson Waller to R-Truth, and you hate to see it. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, folks, here's hoping that R-Truth makes the speediest recovery, okay? And he's back in the ring in no time, and he barely misses a beat, all right? Next, CJ Perry has a strong feeling that Triple H will book an all-female WWE pay-per-view. According to Dana Brooke, the current 24/7 she's the current? Hang on, hold on. Wait, no. CJ, no. I'm thinking of Lana. Why did I think of CJ Perry? I'm not even trying to be funny right now. I have no idea why I thought it was CJ Perry. I have no idea. Where did I get that from? What? Why did I think it was Lana? Lana's not even with... No. Well, okay, that's why I thought that... What? That is crazy. I can't believe this. I'm so sorry. That's why it confused me. What? CJ Perry's not even with the WWE. The current 24/7 champion. The competition will return in the near future. She spoke to Steve Fall of NBC Sports Boston and was very positive about the subject. Although, quote, it might not be Evolution, but it might be something like it. Women have always, for the last decade or so, have been pushing the bar and really stepping up, and in those Crown Jewel pay-per-views as well. We've been making history, so I definitely feel as though it's something that we will see again soon. Brooke went on to say that Paul Triple H Levesque, Chief Content Officer, has always believed in women and had their back. He's always been promoting and pushing women. Brooke also stated that Stephanie McMahon, who is just named Co-Chief Executive Officer, CEO, there we go, is always for women empowerment, always. Several of the women's roster was assembled by McMahon during a July 2018 episode of Raw for the announcement that WWE would host Evolution, the first ever pay-per-view of its sort. Although a second Evolution has not been confirmed, several women, notably former SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks and Bayley, have stated their desire for the event to take place again. Now, this is true, and one even more notable thing is that the fans have also been clamoring for it as well. Now, we're in the Triple H regime. Wow, regime. Stephanie McMahon and Triple H are in charge. The women's roster is getting more of a shine I mean, not even more of a shine, but it's getting like, it's doing that thing where it licks the thumb and it's wiping the schmutz off the side of the cheek. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much what's going on right now. I highly doubt that a women's pay-per-view match is not in talks. I highly doubt that. I'm sure that you could have done that on December 10th. You know what? That's fine. We're not even going to get into it. I'm sure that they are talking about it right now. I'm sure they are. If they, it would be crazy if there were this many women with this many potential stories. You know what? If there were this many women and potentially new women who would like to get signed, or so, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many different reasons as to why an Evolution pay-per-view, or not even an Evolution pay-per-view, like another Mae Young Classic or something, some kind of different women's pay-per-view taking place. I'm sure it's in the cards. It would make all the sense for them to like be working on it, especially right now. And I'm sure it's in the cards. At this moment in time, all we have to do is just wait and see when it's going to show up. You know what I mean? But don't assume that just because you're not hearing about it, that doesn't mean it's not happening. You know what I mean? So all we got to do is just be patient, and I'm sure at some point we're going to hear about it. Finally, Adam Page, we got an Adam Page update after suffering concussion on AEW Dynamite. While speaking to First Coast News on October 21st, Tony Khan commented on Hangman's injury and revealed that Adam Page is doing really well. He's doing really well. I talked to him just in the past 24 hours and also saw him not long after he was officially cleared, and saw him after he came back. Not long after we took him to the hospital and he got out. It was great to see him in good spirits that night. About 90 minutes after he got hurt, he was smiling and feeling pretty good. That's about as fortunate as we could be given that he got knocked out in the match. I thought the doctors and the referee handled it really well. That's what you have to do in a big fight. If one of the fighters is hurt, the referee, that is going to come in, do the right thing, and stop the fight. The doctors took care of him and got him out of there. I thought John handled it well in his interview. He was very classy after, and once they safely got Hangman out of there, we saw going forward it's going to be Jon Moxley versus MJF. So I'm glad it's okay. It seems like he had a bit of a tumble, right? Not to downplay it, but he had a bit of a tumble, and then he went to the hospital, and they checked him out, they stitched him up, they bandaged him, and now he's all good to go. Okay, he's all right, he's fine. I'm sure they're just sort of keeping him home, checking his pupils and what have you, and holding up fingers and all that sort of stuff, just to really like this, like ever since the Tua Tonga scare, NFL has also been cracking down on concussions as well, and I really think that especially well, you know what? I would argue that football and wrestling, when it comes to injuries, are on the same level of danger, on the same level of significance, plainly because like anything can happen, and it could range from many different things, like a pulled muscle, you know what I'm saying, like a inflamed area, to a snap, a fracture, a sprain, what's it called, a hairpin fracture, you know what I mean? So I think that at the end of the day, I think that AEW, like I said, AEW did a phenomenal job, right? The referee, Jon Moxley, MJF, everyone did a phenomenal job making sure that Adam Page was safe, making sure that, he got out of there as soon as possible, making sure that he was just thrown straight into a hospital bed, right? That's what you want to hear, especially on the field in football, right? As soon as somebody gets a concussion, as soon as there's like wind of a concussion, yoink, right off the field, right in the. You ever seen the pop-up tent on the sidelines? They fold that right on the side. Boop, you're in there. You know what I'm saying? They got the view with the X-ray. I don't know, but the point I'm trying to make is that they're being very, 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 very vigilant and very punctual about this sort of stuff. And I really like hearing about this, and I really, really like when somebody gets injured, and then literally the next day they're like, "I'm all good. I'm good to go," and it's like, that is so good. God, that is just so good. You just love hearing that, man. I'm so happy that they're good, man. So, at the end of the day, folks, hopefully, well, I mean, Hangman really did make a speedy recovery. There it is. He actually made a speedy recovery, folks. So, you know what? Hopefully we get to see Hangman Page in the near future, and he comes back better than ever. What do we talk about? R-Truth is injured. I hope that he gets, again, okay? What do I always say? I hope he makes a speedy recovery, okay? I hope he's fine. Did they say anything? He said he was clutching his left knee. They didn't say anything, so hopefully we'll get an injury update, and if we do, I will definitely post it. I'll let you know about it. Dana Brooke, I don't know why I thought it was Lana. I think it's because I'm not joking, I think it's because I saw a picture of, or you know what, I saw a picture of Lana, or I think I saw a picture of Dana Brooke, and I thought it was Lana. I'm telling you, like, genuinely, I thought it was Lana, and I don't know why. But listen, there's gotta be an evolution, some type of evolution-esque pay-per-view in the works, I'm sure, but we just gotta wait and see what it is. And Adam Page is doing fine. He's alright. You know, he's much better than he was before. I can't wait to see him back in the ring. And he genuinely did make a speedy recovery. And I'm so happy for him. Folks, that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful tonight and a wonderful tomorrow. And as always, big hugs. There we go. Big hugs all around.